Hi. Okay, so today is 6 DPO and I'm gonna test. I know it's gonna be negative, it's way too early, but you just have a feeling you should test. So I'm gonna do that. Luckily, I looked online and my tests came in. Yay! So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna test. So I, of course, peed in a cup and went to go get my tests because they only arrived today. So I am gonna test. Turning through. Okay, so as we do this, might as well say a few things. I'm in my new bathroom. Of course, you guys have never seen the old bathroom, which is fine by me. Anyway, I'm just so excited that this month I ovulated on my own. I mean, that is more than enough for this month. It's progress. So even if it's negative all month till I get my period, it's fine. At least something happened. That was slightly unexpected, made me a little happy. Anyway, the reason I decided to test today was because last night I was feeling a little nauseous, which is unheard of for me, even for period symptoms. So I was like, okay, well, I'll test in the morning if my tests arrive. If not, then I'll wait for them to arrive. Not a big deal, still way too early. And then last night I had a dream that I had a positive pregnancy test. So I'm like, okay, I have to test. And I know that it's still gonna be negative. I'm not getting my hopes up, but at least I have something to look forward to. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gotta wait for this to do its job. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna do a sit down with this so that we can, I don't know, talk about it. So, if you don't know, hi, my name is Chantal. I have been TTCing for 6 years. Now, of course, you could probably guess because people like me usually have something. I have the dreaded PCOS. And so I don't really get my period as often as I should. When I was actually a teenager, I would get my period for a very long time, very heavy for more than 11 days, which was very bad. But, it was just, my cycle was regulating. They were like, it's not a big deal. If you're not fainting because you're losing so much blood, it's fine. And then I went about 2 months straight with a period, which they still said nothing was wrong. And then I went without a period for 3 months, which was great because it happened to be the summer, so I didn't get a period all summer. It was glorious. Anyway, so a few years before I met my husband, I started going on birth control because I wanted to get my periods under control because they were really strong, like bleeding through everything at night. They were just so bad. So I decided to go on birth control because that's what my doctor recommended to get it under control. And then, so that's what I did. I went on birth control. And the year we got married, I decided to go off birth control. So I had a year to kind of flush it out of my system before we started trying because we wanted to wait a year. So that was fine. Switched to the other solution, which is not so fun. But, we weren't ready. We wanted to wait a year. We wanted to be married a year. We got engaged at just over a year and married at a year and a half. So we did want to be a couple for longer before we started trying. And then shortly after we started trying, I started getting these crazy symptoms of bleeding again. I went another 2-3 months with a full-blown period that entire time. And it was just very odd. I would just be sitting there doing nothing, no period, and then I'd just get a gush. It was terrible. So I made an appointment to see a gynecologist to see what's going on, see what everything's happening, like just to understand what's going on with my body, because I had no idea at that point. I had done no research. I had done basically nothing. So my doctor sent a referral to a gynecologist, because here in Canada we don't see gynecologists because they're specialists unless you need something, you see your GP for everything. So I got a referral to see her. She's like, no, that's not normal. I can't believe they didn't do anything earlier, but you know what? We'll send you for an ultrasound and we'll see what's going on because there's something wrong. And then I finally get to see her. It's probably about 3 months later. Go through another 2-month period because, so when I went to see her, I was still in the middle of that period. It was still pretty strong. So she didn't do an exam, but on the way home from that appointment, I got into a car accident, and it was nothing crazy. Like, it was just a side swipe, so, no one was hurt. But it kind of was like, it's a shock anytime you get into a car accident. So that night I had huge abdominal pain, like so bad. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go to the hospital, make sure that everything's okay, because I was still bleeding, which I was bleeding before, but not as heavy by time I had gone to see the doctor that day. So it had started to slow down, and then it picked up again. And it had already been so long, I knew that it was stopping. So then it picked up again. So I went in. They're like, well, we can't do an exam because you're bleeding, obviously. So we'll send you for an ultrasound. And I'm like, oh, well, my doctor was just sending me for a referral. So she's like, okay, well, we'll send the info to her, but we'll do the ultrasound today. And then during that, took a few hours to get in because it's the middle of the night and it's an emergency room. So get into the exam room, they do the ultrasound, and yeah, not good. So they're like, well, it looks like you have excessive cells, which usually is usually means you have adenomyosis. And so adenomyosis is like endometriosis, but inside the uterus instead of outside. And the likelihood of having endometriosis with adenomyosis is like 10 times more likely. Like, you don't always have adenomyosis with endometriosis, but if you have adenomyosis, you most likely have endometriosis. So, okay, well, whatever, we went on our way. They told us that we had a very low chance of getting pregnant. So your chance of getting pregnant each month is about 20%. Ours was 10 because of the adenomyosis. So that's fun. So yeah, we went home, kind of just sat there in disbelief. And then I called my doctor and they still wanted to send me for another ultrasound. So I waited, went for the second ultrasound, and they found no signs of adenomyosis. So that was weird. But, it could just be because I was in the middle of that really crazy 2-month period. I don't know. But they did find a polyp. So, which is a sign of PCOS as well, because you get polyps sometimes. Anyway, so next thing you know, surgery. All right, let's check this buddy out. Yep. Yeah, it looks negative. That's okay. Like I said, I just had a feeling that it was something, so